So, what are the typical ways that we hear of people doing all of these things? Well, typical tools we see are email and spreadsheets. This is very, very common. There's a lot of challenges, a lot of problems with trying to do all of this work with email spreadsheets, right? So first of all, it's a manual effort. Every single time one of these DSARs come in, you have to send all of these notification emails. You have to coordinate an email with your team. You have to keep track of where all the data is. And all of this is a lot of work. It can be a lot of work. And if you only get, one or two DSARs, maybe it's manageable, but we should all expect to see more and more DSARs to come. It's also, of course, error prone. How do you know that you're doing all those things? And when you're talking about complying with a law or doing something illegal, being out of compliance with the law and facing potentially very, very harsh fines, being out of compliance means you would suffer reputation with your users. Like, can they really trust you? Because now you've been fined for being out of compliance with privacy laws. You're not a company that respects privacy. All of this is really bad. So it's error prone. You don't want to make errors, but it's error prone. The compliance is on your shoulders. You have to figure out this whole process. You have to know what the process is. You have to keep track of it. There's no track for you to run down if you're using email and spreadsheets, right? Of course, a big one is as you process every DSAR, you are now generating more data about that user, right? So if I email you and I say, hey, can you delete all the information you have on me? And I say, okay, great. We'll go search through all of our data sources and we'll search through all of our emails and we'll delete all of that. And then of course we'll email you to tell you we deleted all your emails, but then that's another email, right? So it can get cyclical and confusing. And if you aren't using kind of official systems and sequestered systems to manage your DSAR, something like Osano, and you're just using these other kind of tools, you're just storing more data about your users in places like email or places like spreadsheets, which of course are not very secure, right? Those are not tools that are designed to be compliant, that don't have the kind of security guidelines in place that are required for that. And so, who has access to that data? All those kinds of things. These can be a bunch of challenges.